Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to episode 4. Welcome to my cooking show. Today, I'll be showing you how to make steak picado. Stay tuned and I'll show you the ingredients. All right, friends. So, what we have here is about 3 pounds of skirt steak. They're sliced up in strips like this. I just bought about, uh, they weren't cut like this. I had to cut them myself. I think it's cheaper that way anyway. Um, but yeah, I got about 3 pounds of that. I got 1 tablespoon of cumin, 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, uh, 2 packets of sazon. I got 1 large can of El Pato, the yellow can, 1 small can of El Pato, but the red can. We'll be using about 4 tablespoons of olive oil. I have 5 de-seeded jalapenos. I got about 5 tomatoes that I cut up in wedges, and a whole white onion, uh, chopped up in strips, and about 8 cloves of garlic chopped, and 1.5 cups of uh, chicken broth. All right, let's put everything together. All right, friends. So already I dropped the steak down to brown it up. This will be cooking for maybe about 10 minutes. Uh, you just want to brown it, and then you'll add the vegetables right after. All right, peeps, at this point, you can go ahead and start seasoning your meat. Add some salt, pepper, you can taste it later if it needs more salt, but I'll be using a lot of other ingredients that'll be flavoring it as well. Uh, Here's the cumin, the chicken bouillon, and the sazon. This is the tomato sazon. They come in packets. I used about 2. All right, so still cooking down the meat, still browning it. This is the weekend of Memorial Day. Good Memorial Day to everybody out there. How are you guys celebrating today? Leave me a comment. All right, peeps, it's been about 15 minutes. The meat's already cooked. At this point, you're gonna go ahead and add your Mexican flag of vegetables here, which is the jalapeno, the tomato, and onion. Oh, and the garlic. I forgot to mention earlier that I do have a bunch of cilantro that I'll be adding towards the um, at the last step, because the trick to this is low and slow. I'll be cooking this for about a good hour and a half to 2 hours, on a low flame, just because I want everything to pretty much flavor the meat, but the meat at the end is going to be so tender that just trust the process. But I want to take this time to remember our fallen heroes, our brothers and sisters in the military. Um, Let me know how you're honoring your loved ones. Okay, friends. So sorry, but I totally forgot to mention that I am going to be adding 2 tablespoons of Mexican oregano. Smells really good right now. You could smell the onion with the tomato and the jalapeno. These jalapenos were not that spicy. That's why I used about 5 of them. I did de-seed them, so it's mainly for the flavor of the jalapeno, not so much the spiciness. You'll get the spiciness from the actual sauce, which I'm about to add now. And that chicken broth I had on the side, that's optional if you see that your uh, if you see that it's a little too much on the dry side, you can go ahead and add the chicken broth. But this is actually looking pretty good. The beef have made its own broth, so I don't think I'll be adding the chicken broth after all. Everybody has their own way of making steak picado. This is my way. I hope you guys really try this recipe. It's a hit every time I make it. I know it looks like a lot, but trust me, I am actually sharing this with several people. So when I cook something, I usually like spread the love. You know, I'll share with family and friends, take it to work. But yeah, hope you guys try this recipe out. All right, so that part about the cilantro, this is when it goes in. I grabbed a handful and I just tore it right up. It's going right in. It's washed too. And this is at the point where you're gonna put the lid on and lower your flame. I like cooking mine for about a good hour and a half to 2 hours. Trust me, it tastes so good at the end. So this is what it looks like right before I put the lid on. Lower the flame. And this baby will go ahead and cook for about an hour and a half to 2 hours, like I mentioned earlier. I will share a photo of what the finished product looks like. I'll be making some bacon infused refried beans and some Mexican rice as well. I'll share a photo of that later on today. So thank you once again, all my family and friends, those who have tuned in to my show. Uh, episode 5 is coming up soon, but I think I might have a guest that day, but stay tuned for that. I haven't quite come up with a name for this show, so I'm hoping by episode 10 I'll have a name for it. But if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. If I end up using your the name for my show, I'll show my appreciation by gift or drink. But thank you so much once again, everybody that's tuning in and sharing. Like, support, please. Thank you so much. You guys have a good weekend.